Now, one of the big games at E3 2010 was Mortal Kombat, the reinvigorated fighting franchise. Claus was lucky enough to have a chat with Hector Sanchez from NetherRealm Studios, and here's what he had to say.
Alright, so I guess the first question is, Mortal Kombat does have a massive fan base, and they've been hankering for a really violent game to come back. What has been the fan reaction so far?
Man, we've been overwhelmed with the positive feedback, man. You know, when we first started this game, we really set out to kind of make this kind of an homage to the fans. Like a lot of the guys on the team, myself, a lot of the designers, we grew up with this franchise, so it means a lot to us. So we're putting a lot of our heart into it, and I think it's showing with the fan reaction. Like when they see the super enhanced backgrounds that they're like already familiar with, the kind of like up-res 3D characters of characters that they're familiar with, and they see the fatalities, they see that we returned back to 2D. I think it really shows how much love we have for the franchise, and it's getting reciprocated back with the fans. They've been really, really happy with what they see, and hopefully we continue that all the way up until launch.
So, the last game, obviously because you had quite big comic book licenses, they didn't want to see Batman get decapitated or chopped in half. Is it a relief to sort of be gone of having a license and just be able to go back to just pure bloody violence?
Totally. You know what? I actually think that it helped out having that kind of like outside kind of influence on the last game a little bit, because what you're seeing in this iteration of Mortal Kombat is 4 years of pent up kind of like those kind of ideas. So, you know, the last game we had a lot of ideas like, hey, wouldn't it be cool if we could do this or do this? And because of whatever issues came up, we weren't able to do a lot of things. And now this one is basically 4 years worth of like really pent up, kind of dark, nasty, gory stuff that we haven't been able to do. So it's actually been a benefit. And yeah, it's been a relief that we can kind of go back to the roots. You know, that's really the theme of what we're trying to do with this game is go back to the roots of the franchise. So yeah, it's a total relief, and it's awesome.
Okay, and what are you guys doing to add new features to the franchise? I mean, you said you're going back to the roots, but you'll be adding some new modes as well, right?
Yeah, we've really listened to the fans, and the fans have demanded a kind of deeper fighting engine, and we've really taken the steps to kind of make it a lot more complex and to make the fighting engine have a lot more depth than it's had before. We've added the super meter, which is actually adds more of a strategic kind of element to the match that we haven't had before. The speed of the game has actually increased like, you know, tenfold. This is the fastest Mortal Kombat that we've had yet. So things like that we're actually able to kind of bring the depth and bring the complexity of the game into kind of the next stage. Mortal Kombat has always been like a really kind of a mass market game. We want to make it simple enough so that anybody can pick up, do some really simple button combos, and something cool happens on screen. Now we have that, but in addition to, we have that kind of extra layer that will make people want to come back and play it more and more and more, and kind of really master the extra layers of depth and complexity in the game.
So what sort of things can, like, the people who want a more hardcore experience expect to find in it as well?
Well, we are doing a lot more dash in and dash outs as far as the speed and maneuverability of the things. We're opening up the frame windows a little bit more to kind of like link combos together. We're not doing the dial-a-combo thing that Mortal Kombat has had before. The combos are actually kind of customized for each one of the characters, and as you play more, you'll be able to discover different combos that work together. It's not just, okay, hit, you know, these 6 buttons in a row and then some canned animation plays. Everything kind of actually flows together. The animations kind of open up on certain frame counts, and we're really trying to get that more like in-depth, like pay attention to what's going on, get your timing together and stuff. So there's a lot of cool surprises, and I'm sure soon enough, just like with any other game, the fans are going to discover things that even we didn't think of when we're giving the fan kind of the tools, and we'll see what kind of painting they can come up with the tools that we give them.
Okay, and have you added in any new characters this time for the roster?
You know, Mortal Kombat has always been known about secrets. Yeah. That's one of the kind of like basic elements of it, so I don't want to give anything away, but I'm sure that longtime fans of the series won't be disappointed with what we end up with our character roster.
Okay, so one of the community questions is, because we've opened up to the GameSpot community, is where exactly does Mortal Kombat sit in the storyline of the overall universe?
Mortal Kombat is, let me see how I can frame this correctly without giving too much away. Mortal Kombat will be a retelling of the events of MK1, 2, and 3, and it will take place after Armageddon.
Okay, cool. Have you added in any extra backgrounds that are now interactable?
We do have stage fatalities. I'm sure in the demo you saw kind of the pit. We have the classic pit from MK1 and 2 where you can actually knock the guy into the bottom of the pit. The Deadpool, you're able to knock the guy into kind of the acid pit. A lot of those old school MK1, 2, and 3 stage fatalities will be returning in this one as much as we see it fits in kind of this iteration of the game. I don't want to give too much away because we're kind of early in it, but like I said, hopefully longtime fans of the series that have actually paid attention and know their MK history will not be disappointed at all.